This is Kicking It with the Clonkies. Follow Cindy and Dave as they work hard, play hard, and give heart. From real talk around the kitchen table to real-life adventures in business and giving back, nothing's off limits. Get ready for stories, laughs, and a whole lot of heart. You're Kicking It with the Clonkies.
Hey, it's Kicking It with the Clonkies. I'm Cindy.
And I'm Dave.
How are you? Long time no see.
Good.
Where
have you been?
We've been so busy, guys. We apologize. I just hit a friend. Hey, where can I find your latest podcast? I'm like, let's do it. Let's get on.
We gotta do it. It's. I think it's been before Christmas.
Well, yes, and we did get sick and went through all that whole thing, and I didn't feel like doing anything. Yeah. We won't talk about any negative stuff.
We're all
but
better now.
We are better than ever. So
Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year. I didn't really make any New Year's resolutions. A couple that I see up on the board here. You know, I really want to work out more, drink less.
How you doing? It's April almost. So
I know. Lose weight, focus, drink more Zip Fizz. I guess the usual. Work harder, work harder and more efficient. That's the biggest thing, because sometimes, like today, I was really good. I shut my phone off. I put do not disturb. I didn't look at my emails or phone calls for 2 hours. So I focus just on sales. So I did pretty good with that.
You know what? I was listening to the podcast you showed me about. You showed me the mindset mentor.
Yep. Love
Rob Dial.
Yep.
In fact, I actually got his book, an audio book of it, because his podcasts are great. They're 17 minutes. They're real short, which, I mean, they're good for a little reminder. I kind of like, I don't know, I like when I'm driving. The other day, I had a meeting in Detroit. It took me like 45 minutes to get there, and I listened to a whole chunk of this book. It was really good, and it was talking about, I mean, all this stuff, and it kind of irritates me because it's stuff that's so obvious, right, but you just need constant reminders. Absolutely. Talking about being more efficient and working on what you need to work on, and just setting aside time. But I mean, he went pretty deep into it, all the way from like getting apps off your phone, which I've tried before. Like, just get rid of the app. That way you don't sit there and look at it, you know,
like when do you have time to sit there and do that? I know.
And, you know, but you do. And like he says, you find time for the things that you really, really want to do, because there is time. I mean,
absolutely.
Everyone that has done anything has found the time to be successful, to, you know, do all that stuff in their business or whatever it is, or their, you know, what they want to do in their life. They find the time. And, you know, the biggest line of BS is saying, I just don't have the time to do it. Well, you just don't want to do it, right?
Exactly.
That's what it comes down to. So,
no, well, so yeah, I know that was kind of one of my, another New Year's resolution was to really read more. You know, I don't always remember what I read, my ADD brain or whatever. I hate labeling things, but, you know, but yeah, I've been listening to audiobooks, especially in Florida, like walking the beach, or if you're busy, you're in a meeting and I'm walking, you know, going out and doing, you know, reading books and things like that have been really, really helpful for me. So
good. Yeah.
But yeah, I think that mentor, I love him. And, you know, he comes up on my day-to-day stuff, and it's just like a quick 15 or 20 second, which I love. It just kind of reminds you. And that's what, I don't know if you log into that and subscribe, but you can get those. And they just pop up on your phone, and it says daily reminders of different things. So, yeah.
Oh, wait, they're only 20 seconds?
Oh, yeah, there's some, that are just a quick, it's a reel. Reels should be really quick.
Yeah, I didn't get that. I get the podcast. His podcast, he's got podcasts every couple days, and they're like 10, 15 minutes or something like that.
Yeah, so did you make any New Year's resolutions, or is this one of them? Because we really didn't talk about it. We're so busy in January, which was great.
I don't know. I got it. I just got to change. I don't like New Year's. I mean, I just got to wake up and do things differently a lot. Yeah. And I think that's it. Another thing that we came across, I mean, I guess we can talk about all these cool things that we're kind of trying to improve ourselves on. Steve Harvey's 300 list.
Oh, yeah.
that was that was a neat exercise.
A
to work on.
wise person told me about this, that you write down 300 things. I'm still on 157, and I know you're a rock star and you got your 300, but I know I got to keep doing it, but sometimes I'm like, oh,
You got to do it. They really recommend you got to do it all in one sitting. You really got to just say, I'm going to do this. And it takes time. But that Saturday when you told me about it, I Googled it a little bit to kind of look and see, 300. I mean, it's mind blowing before you start doing it. But then you just start doing it. And you sit there and you think, and then, boom.
Tell everybody, what is it? Everybody's
All 300?
like, no, what is it about? I guess didn't explain it.
Well, it's
all the
it came down to it, and actually, I don't know, being, I guess, the creative mind or the designer, I designed it into a booklet kind of so I can print it off and see it. Because they say you got to read it every day. Some people say read it every morning, and some people read it before they go to bed. Their whole list of 300. So it's 300 things that you want in your life. It can be what you want to be, what you want to have, and what you want to do. So I kind of broke mine out into different categories.
Tell us a couple of them.
Well, the very first category is my wife and my marriage. That's the first category. It doesn't even start with A. I'm going to had something, before that, before wife and marriage. Those are pretty deep in the alphabet, but they're high on the top of my list. So
I love it. Thank you.
So yeah, but I had 40 things that I want to do to improve my relationship with you and my marriage, and then different things to be a better person, be healthier, have a better mindset, business growth, and then things that I just want to kind of do, whether it's places to go,
right,
things to do. So it was kind of be, do, and have.
Yep.
Those are kind of
I
the
love
categories.
it. I got it a little deeper into some of mine. And I was like, so I would say, because I'm all about manifesting and listening to Connie and my friend Diane and all these folks that have really so inspirational to me, talk about this manifesting and how things come true. But, a couple of them are, I'm like, I'm a magnet for money. Mm-hmm. And, and I need some money to come in. Well, the other day I got this, I actually need to talk to you about this. I got my, Valio. I worked at a company, I have all these companies that I work for over 5 years, and you're in their profit sharing. Anyways, they call or sent me a nice letter and said, hey, do you want your $10,000 now? Or would you like it, when you're retired? And I'm like, you know what? Centennial, that's going to be amazing down the road. I could really use this now. So we got to go get this notarized. But I said that, and I opened the mail, and it's sitting right here, like $10,000 that'll be sent to me within 2 months if I fill out this paperwork and this and that. And I was like, I got goosebumps, and I was like so excited because I was like, wow, did Connie know that? Like I got goosebumps right now. So different things. I do say that a lot. And some other, really good things of, I want to hang out with the right people, make sure we're hanging out with the right people, or who's really good for me, who's promoted Centini and really been there for me, and I'd love to talk about Tiki Tim's and going there, next. Because, you sit down and you start writing things. It's amazing what you can come up with. It really gets you thinking, and you're like, but sometimes I'm like, shit, am I a bad person? Because I'm like, well, I really need to be a better friend. I really need to reach out more, blah, 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 type of thing. And then I'm like, no, so I'm going to do it. And I saw this really cool, somebody sent me, Steve Wandry and a couple other people have sent me videos or audios. And that's what I've been texting to a friend, that's been recently diagnosed with cancer. And so I'm like, good morning, sunshine. And then she can hear my voice and giving her a positive affirmation. So, I've learned really I got cool techniques, I think, to be a better friend and how important people are. So,
Yeah, well, and I think too, I mean, you can write that list of 300, and if you do it once and don't review it, it's all out there. It's, I mean, kind of the basis for the whole thing that Steve Harvey was saying, and there's a video on YouTube if you type in Steve Harvey 300, and he talks about the whole thing, and talks about why it's important, and it's all about ask and you will receive, and it's it's based on a Bible verse, and he has that right at the top, and he's like, this is all about asking and you will receive, but you keep putting it out there and you keep asking for it, and again, you work towards it. So by reading it every day, you're not forgetting. There might be 10 of those 300 that are very, very important in your life right now or whatever, and then you might have another 30 or 40 that are long-term goals or long-term things that you want to achieve that you're not going to get in a couple of weeks, but it takes more of a process. And then there are other things that are like daily practices, like
exactly, yep.
Like being calmer in a disagreement with my wife, and in practicing, all right, patience and
patience.
Before,
that's a good one.
Before I spit out an answer or react by raising my voice, slow it down and just say, all right, I hear what you're saying. I understand this is what you're saying. But if you read that and that morning you read that thing, it's going to stick in your head by 2:00 in the afternoon when we're talking about something that might get our blood pressure elevated.
Well, and that's exactly what that mentor mindset is study shows. There's doctors and science behind it saying what you wake up, whether you're glass empty, glass full, that's why, we wake up and we really try to come up with, I get 2 things in my head that are good that I can get me out of bed. But also, we've been really doing like what's alive in you, what feels good, and like whether good or bad, but what's alive in you. And then we kind of help each other through things, whether, oh God, I gotta, do this negative task today, but we got to get it done or something like that. But really having that positive mindset is really, really helped me,
Yeah, and it's tough.
So everybody go to we'll have a link on there. But also, if you're listening to this, type in Steve, I was going to say Steve Perry.
I'm your man, Steve Harvey.
I know.
Family Feud.
I mean, he's so good and positive and fun anyway. So, anything we can learn to be better people, I'm going to share it. We're going to share it.
Yeah,
so,
I think that's kind of our, we gave some hints, and we didn't come up with this stuff, obviously.
I know.
Steve Harvey didn't come up with it too. I mean, he found it in the Bible and created this 300 list from it. So, I mean, it really was a cool exercise. I recommend you finish it. But try to just do it. No, I'm not.
All right, guys, you heard this.
Next
I'm going
episode.
to have it done. What is today? Wednesday. I'm going to have it done this weekend.
Should we read our list to the podcast?
Oh, gosh, no.
Okay.
Maybe next time.
Well,
Hold
not today.
tight.
Not today.
Oh, yeah.
No.
We don't want to bore anybody.
You might have to edit
Hey,
some
maybe
things.
we can have some fun things. But we got to keep probably clean on your list, Clunky. But anyways, so let's talk about, the last 7-8 weeks we were down in Florida and, staying at my mom's place in Treasure Island, which is one of, I think, the most fun places in the whole world. Okay, I haven't been everywhere, but I know when I go, it's guaranteed fun. And we have so many friends and colleagues and customers and everybody down there. So one of the things we did, we got to talk about Santini, and we had a big Santini party. So the Big Brother band really worked with us and Tiki Tim's on how to give us a really good deal and support our business and play for a Sunday Fun Day, because we love Sunday Fun Days in Florida. It is amazing. It is the music. Like, I want to say capital, city. People go to Nashville and, I know down in New Orleans and stuff like that. But TI, we're only a 3-mile wide, I think it's around that 3 square miles, but it's not real touristy, but it's so, the music's just amazing. But I just want to, so we had a party at Tiki Tim's with Big Brother, but people surprised me and flew down just from Michigan, just for this party. Well, they're like, Debbie and Bill, well, you invited me. Why wouldn't we come? And I'm like, so I started laughing. I'm like, you're right. Absolutely. It's an amazing, easy trip, 2 hours, 15 minutes, and it's 25 minutes from the airport. So yeah, why not? And it's cheap. So, but another thing I want to say, my friend Melanie, who moved down there, been a good friend of mine for 30 years this year. And she came up with some friends, and it was just, I looked around, and Renee and Robin and EJ and Tom and all the people, like we were together 7-8 years ago, and we never got together. Like we can't get everybody on the same date. And they were all there, and they're dancing with my mom front row at the bar. And I instantly took a video, and I like got tears in my eyes, and I got goosebumps, and I was like, wow. Like everybody came out for this, not just for free samples and merch, but they were there to support, and, and over 100 people. And it really felt good. Like who's there and who supports you. And, what do you think?
Yeah, I really think it showed me something. We all know people and have friends that are doing things, they're doing exciting adventures or something like that. And, it's one of those, it's in some way, shape, or form on my 300 list, but to kind of be how do I say this? I mean, you don't necessarily always have to, when you give and you support an organization, obviously the first thing we think of is giving money or giving our time, but sometimes just showing up
Absolutely
is because look what it did for you. I mean, it gave you that resolve to keep going. And you have days, and you still have days, and you're gonna still have days, but you have days where you're like, is this the right thing? And then you go and you have an event like this, and you get 10 people that come up to you and say, I can't believe this is so awesome, it's great, I love it. Or heck, maybe they don't even like tequila and coffee or whatever, but they love the idea, and they love what you're doing, and they still support it, and they try it, and they tell you you're going to knock it out of the park. So, think of that. Next time I really think next time you come across a friend that's starting a new business or something, it may not seem like much to you. They're starting a business and they're doing that. Well, everyone's got their job, their career, their business. Everyone has it. But, if somebody's starting something new, I tell you what, I think it's really important that you just show support, ask about it, ask questions that might be tough questions too. Like, did you think this through? Because maybe this isn't the right way to do this. Hey, that's great. I mean, we talked to some people that, kept insisting on making it a glass container, right? And, I think it was trying to be helpful, but, it's a good opportunity to keep punching it, making sure that it's still a solid idea.
Absolutely.
And, maybe you say, well, yeah, maybe glass. No, this is why we didn't do glass. Just to kind of reinforce that. And it's good that you have people that kind of challenge you. Mm-hmm. But so do that for, I encourage you, because people going out there and doing their businesses it's tough. I mean, we know it's tough. I mean, and anybody who's an entrepreneur knows it's tough. It's not, everyone thinks that somebody that owns their own business is rich, but it's, it's not. So it's tough. But yeah, support those people, and you don't have to give them money. You don't have to give them too much time. All you have to do is say that you're there. Send them a note. Let them know you're thinking about it. Hey, how's the business going? How's this going? Hey, or refer somebody to them that might help. I don't know. I can't believe how many people have said, "Oh, I got a cousin that works in the beverage industry. Right. Let me put you in touch," or whatever it is. People are thinking. A lot of people you talk to, and they kind of have sometimes have a dead glaze in their eyes, and they're not really listening or caring. Well, be that person that cares, and be that person that asks more questions and follows up with them. So I think that's a good way to really give hard, I think.
I know.
And support people, because I've seen how far it's gone with you in Centini. and I know how much you appreciate it, and it kind of.
Well, there's one lady that reached out to me. Like, I haven't talked to her in 2-3 years. We're Facebook friends, but she's like, I love helping women later in life with changing their careers, and and she's an author now, and she's doing other things. And I was just like, I was so inspired by people who reached out. So, anyways, guys, that's one friendly thing you can do for people. Just reach out and show some love. So, great event. I can't say enough. And then also, we went to a beverage show in St. Pete on our anniversary, which was February 7th. How many years, Dave?
12.
Very good. And so we go to this beverage show, and it was free. And it was in a beautiful park downtown St. Pete, and it was all wine, spirits, and beer. And so we signed up for it. We got all our beautiful tent and everything that we put together down there.
Guy.
Yeah, we got a guy at Right Hook. So we have this amazing event. I couldn't even talk after the end of it. After 4 hours of talking to over 700 people, of their feedback, and they filled out my survey and everything like that. It was really, really exciting to see how excited people were about something new and different and not in a can and all that good stuff. So it was a really good market study. So right now we're doing all our market study, getting ready for testing and, taking it to the next level. So we're going to do a Centini podcast coming up to, like, hey, if you ever wonder how I started it or how I came up with this, then we'll dig deep into it. Because I know a lot of people have asked, and I'd love to, tell you more about that. But anyways, a great show, great time in Florida. It was work hard, play hard. One day we had to we got to work or take a day off, because I was like, work. And I was like, it was a beautiful day. It was 80. And Dave had a conference call he forgot about. And so I never made it to that day to the pool. So
yeah,
I was bummed, but
it's something I'm fixing on my 300 list. So
I know, but you know what? We'll get
Too
there.
late. Yeah,
we'll get there next time. But yeah, we're going to Cabo soon, and we are actually taking some time off. We had the right people that really helped us with the business, and which was exciting and great production people. And, between Nick and Brandon and some other folks running it, I thought they did a fabulous job. So
yeah, absolutely.
You got to have the right people that you trust in place. So
you can't do it alone.
No.
As much as I've tried.
So, yeah.
So what else is going on? It's middle of March. We had some fun yesterday. We took the afternoon off, and we did a little St. Patrick's Day.
But then we ran into new friends from our friends' and they could be our customers soon. They were so nice.
Yeah.
Like, when you have good people, they've got good friends.
Absolutely.
And they wanted to learn more about me, and I did more talking than they did. And I was trying to talk to them, and I was like, which was really fun. But yeah, we got to give some shout outs to a few businesses. We tried to visit like 5 yesterday. We didn't make it to everybody.
No.
But yeah, my favorite, love Sick Pizza, but it's really called Sick Town Hall.
Sick Town Hall had the most outstanding corned beef, and it's on their menu. I know. I've just never had it. I always get their pizza because I love their pizza. But
I love their smash burger.
And I've had their smash, and that's outstanding. It's one of the newer restaurants in town, and gosh, that corned beef was amazing. I had two really good days of corned beef. It was awesome yesterday. The Reuben, I had it with coleslaw instead of the kraut. More of a coleslaw person, but that was outstanding. And then we had it at the Legion. We went to the Legion on Sunday for their St. Patrick's Day.
Oh my God, they smoked it.
And they smoked the corned beef, which
that was a fun day.
Because sometimes corned beef can be hit and miss, and It can get kind of chewy and tough. I love it. It was so good. What it was, but because I've made it bad, and it's that's why I don't try making it anymore. I'm going to rely on the professionals. To
Good
do it.
thing.
The professionals at the American Legion and at Sick Pizza. And,
But then we went over to
yeah.
Gus O'Connor's, which is our customer, made some St. Patty's Day hats, and love Dimitri, Kevin over there, and saw a lot of Rochester people and a lot of Lake Orion people. We got to give it up for the 3 Sheets. They knocked it out of the park up front, as well as Space Cat in the back. So we kept going back and forth and seeing customers and friends. It was a really good time. But of course we ended at Valentino's because we wanted Santini's, and they have amazing recipe and great food. So we ended up there, too full, went to bed early though. So
Yeah. No, it was a great day. And when you think, hey, I'm going to blow off the afternoon and go do this, everyone was out. It's kind of a big deal, especially like in Rochester, I think, at Gus O'Connor's. But, I mean, you see all these people out there. And not that you go out to network or anything, but you're just naturally networking, and you run into people, and people see your face. And, it's important. And another piece of advice for entrepreneurs: don't just sit in the office and work in your business. Get out there and meet people and see people and get involved in the community.
Absolutely.
I can't say it more.
No, that is great
working. You're
advice.
always working.
You're your brand ambassador, and wear some green and have your logo on it because it gets people talking.
Yep.
But I woke up wide awake this morning, excited. Well, we went to bed a little early yesterday, but so I went to this wonderful event, and I didn't get to talk to you all day because I know you were working, I was working. It's called 1 Million Cups. Anybody heard of it? Well, it happens in Ferndale. It's all over the U.S., but I went to the one in Ferndale. And what it does, it's an organization that helps entrepreneurs gather and connect with challenges, identify opportunities. So they get tons of grants, but I believe it started, I want to say back in 2012. A Kauffman Foundation developed this program. So it's powered by volunteers that support thousands of entrepreneurs. So I went there because I know I'm presenting in the next month or two for Santini. So you go there, you don't do your pitch. You really go there and you talk about your business and what you need and what people could help you with, because there's tons of influencers, investors, salespeople, every walk of life were there, and it was really, really cool. So today there was 2 amazing people. The first people were a new company. They just started a business, probably our age, middle age, but they started a business about headstones.
Like cemetery?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. And they're like, so some good advice that I personally remember. People came up there. They're like, one guy came up and, you know what? Death is death. Everybody's going to die. You got to talk about it. You got to be prepared, but make it funny. So he gave some helpful hints. You got 30 seconds to you give a helpful hint to people. And I came over too, and I said, at Right Hook and Santini, I did these great promo boxes. So anybody you want to get into. So let's say you want to get into all these, a senior home or a cemetery, or excuse me, a funeral home. Mm-hmm. I go take them a box, show them what you can do. Have an amazing promo box that'll get you in the door. What makes you different than the other headstone people? And they had a great story. And their last name is Stone, which I really, really love. So anyways, it was, they get to pitch for about 15 minutes and then people come up and give them helpful advice. So I know there's an influencer in beverage and food that was there. I didn't get to talk to him, but I'm like, I'm hoping he's going to be there when I pitch and when I give my presentation, and thinking of all the helpful things that I need help with, of finding investors and, other things on my list. So yeah, if anybody loves to be part of networking, but also being helpful, and how, like, 30 seconds of advice from 20 different people, and they videotape it. So you got all that feedback that can really help. So I know you didn't attend today, but, I'd love for you to come next time. And I didn't get up there. It was my first time. So I was like, sometimes I get scared or nervous getting up there, but I went up to them later and told them about my box idea and how it kind of got in front of Guy and Sammy Hagar, and they were inspired. So
the Headstone people talked about what they were doing and asked for feedback.
Yep.
And then people in the audience that were there could go up to the front and tell them ideas.
Yep.
But you went to them.
Right.
Just
There was probably like 60, 70, 80 people there. I don't know. Different walks of life. And I love getting out to different areas and meeting new people. So I really met some inspiring people. I didn't get to talk to everybody, of course. It was just a couple hours. But yeah, so anyways, A Million Cups. There's one in Ann Arbor. There's one in St. Pete. They're all over, and I love it. It's safe, it's supportive. I mean, it's very diverse, but people were respectful. They were, showed, consideration and empathy, and it was just really inspiring, because it was positive feedback. But you know what? There was a couple that somebody kind of pushed back and said, I think you could do this or that. And that's what we need with Centini. Everybody's not going to love it, and that's okay. But you need the good and the bad feedback.
Yeah,
so
you got to weigh it all.
Yeah.
You got to weigh it all. So is it something you have to pay for to become a member?
Oh, no, not at all. You just sign up for it. I believe his name's Edwin. I don't know how to pronounce it. Sorry, Kaufman. He was an entrepreneur, and he was very innovative, and he started this and established this. And I think it's great. I believe they're all over the U.S. I don't know enough about it, but I will let everybody know on the next podcast. And then, hey, if anybody's interested, I'd love for you guys to be there and talking about support. I'll let you know when I'm there for Centini. Come out and, fill the room. And, today it was standing room only. It's just, I don't know. I love hanging out with entrepreneurs and people who care and want to network and help you. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's what life's all about.
Absolutely.
Work hard, play hard, give hard.
Yeah, that's what we do.
So I'd love for you to join me next time.
All right, I'll be there.
Yeah, maybe we'll go next Wednesday. And it's fun. You can visit all over different cities. So just look it up, about 1 Million Cups. They got a great logo. They gave me an adorable promo. Who doesn't love promo? They gave me a notebook and an orange pen.
And the orange pen's the exact same orange pen that we give away. So they're on the right track. I wonder who does all their stuff.
Oh, yeah. Well,
somebody loves orange. So, yeah.
Hopefully we can get with them. So
yeah, it'd be great. Yeah. I mean, that was something we were taught. We've been trying to figure out. I mean, we're always trying to figure out the business and right hook and how to position ourselves better. And we were talking at the beginning of the year about, there's a certain type of client we want to get after, and they're big. They're big companies, and they probably have 100 employees, 75 to 100 employees or more, and we have so many clients that may come to us for apparel, right? Mm-hmm. They may come to us for their pens or their business cards or their trade show exhibits, but they don't realize we do something else. So we really are a single source solution provider. And I think that's something that kind of gets lost when we're talking to a customer. We get excited about what they need and don't talk about like, wow, you know how hard it is to call someone and order shirts and make sure that the colors are right, and then you got to call a different person for the the promotional products. Then you got to call another person for the vehicle graphics that you put on the trucks, and then you got to call somebody else for the safety equipment. We came up with a checklist that's 4 pages long worth of items that
I know
that
we
could
do a lot, which is exciting.
Well,
And
we oversee a lot, and we do a lot in house, obviously, which also sets us apart and gives us that flexibility and the ability to move on a dime. But there is so much that we can oversee and handle from a creative branding company that you look at this. It's kind of an idea starter. It just has, hundreds and hundreds of check boxes of things that we do. But we want to get this. We just got
might be overwhelming, but I love it, and it's beautiful. You made this amazing.
Well, we just got it
checklist.
printed.
It's really
we
really nice.
Put it together, and we're gonna try it out. We're gonna leave it for people and say, hey, yeah, we do this for you, but who does all this stuff?
Yep, exactly.
Do you do it? Does Sally down the hall do it? Does Joe over here?
Well,
do
yeah,
it?
because there's always different departments. So just like Blue Cross Blue Shield or Oakland University, we're talking with them, and I'm dealing with the dean's list, but then the president's club, and then there's all the other departments. So they're like, oh wow, oh, you don't do just shirts? Nope, we do promo, and we can do this and we can do that. So I think having that single source, and another good thing about being a single source, with a certain spend and a buy, this is what I learned back in supply chain and being a buyer. Like the more you buy and the more, I give to a supplier, they would give back to me. Mm-hmm. So that's the same thing we do. So if I spent, with one particular supplier, let's just say $100,000, well, you know what? I looked at giving them more savings. They got more items, more things. They got free things, bigger spend, get you bigger discounts.
Absolutely. Oh, we do that all the time. That's probably something we don't talk enough about either. And we have people that call, and we hear from them once a year, and they need 500 of something, and that's pretty much it. But if we can dig in, these companies buy all this stuff. So that's the exciting thing. But it's just really, people don't always want to hear, oh, you do everything, but
Well,
it's
yeah.
not that. We are able to manage everything. We're basically that partner that can manage it. Yeah. We're not pad printing the pens and the mugs and all that stuff in our 2,000 square foot shop. We're doing some things in house, but we have the vendor relationships, and we have the great pricing. So it's exciting. That's
Well, I think
kind of
what
our
you-
little promo.
No, I love it, and this brochure looks amazing that you did. You talk about the single source of just being that efficiency, cost savings, the convenience, quality, speed, expertise, just having that consistency. One customer reached out to somebody actually talking about supply chain. I worked with him. He was my supplier 25 years ago. Still, LinkedIn is a wonderful source to keep connections with business. Yeah. And I reached out to him. He goes, that is so funny you reached out to me, because out in the Netherlands, they just said, hey, do you have a local source that you love? So thank you. I know you helped me with all the trade show booth, because they are very extremely, they have a brand strategy that we have to meet. And, we found the right vendors and the right products and things like that we found all that trade show booth. And then he's like, oh, you do promo? Oh, you do shirts? You can get polos the same color, blah, blah, blah. And we're like, yes.
Yeah.
So that was really exciting over the last couple of weeks. One of my kind of favorite kind of customers that we've helped here.
That's exactly it. And you put that order together. Now imagine this guy, he's talking to you, talking to me a little bit about, just whatever, and the logistics of it and everything. He's talking to one company, right? And now step back and say, all right, he's ordering trade show booths and different things. He's going to company ABC for that.
Yep.
And then he's got to get his apparel, and he's going to company, XYZ for that. And then he's got to get his stuff from, his promo stuff, and he's going to another company. He could be going to 3 or 4 different companies that are providing all the things that we provided him. One invoice, one quote, one order. We manage the whole thing, It all starts delivering to him. He calls me. All his updates are going to come from us of like when
Exactly.
things are
He
delivering.
only has one.
He doesn't have to.
one person to call.
He doesn't have to send the artwork to 4 or 5 different people. He doesn't have to, wonder when the proofs are coming or, and I mean, it really, I don't know. It makes so much sense. And I mean, when people realize like, wow, I can put this all into your hands. And we also want to try to sit down with companies to have like a year review of, hey, what's coming up this year? What kind of trade shows are you going to? What kind of employee events are you doing? What kind of recruiting events are you doing? Is it a special anniversary? We have a customer that's celebrating their 90th anniversary this summer, and they want us to come up with some ideas. So that's exciting. But, it's getting in and sitting down and just showing them, all right, you know what? You can go onto a website and you can start searching 1 million different products, 800,000 of which are probably junk. You need somebody that's going to point you in the right direction, and that's us.
Woohoo!
So anyway, that's what I get a rise out of. I really enjoy.
I know. I can see the excitement.
I mean, that's what I love doing. I had a great meeting the other day. I mean, talking with this company you were just referring to. Just going through all that and helping one person or talking to another guy. I had a guy call the other day I was telling you about looking for shirts, and they were doing this little program. It's not little. I mean, it's pretty big. And this guy, he just kind of got elected to manage it, and he had no idea. So he's not even like in marketing or anything. So he doesn't even know
that
what.
Worked out perfect.
He doesn't even know what he needs, right?
He called the right person.
He called me, and we told, this is what you need. But this is how it has to be delivered to me, and this is how I need it, and stuff like that. So it is fun helping out somebody like that, and that's what we can do. We really, whether obviously we work with a lot of marketing people and sales people that have an eye for this stuff, but there's also a lot of people out there that don't, that also need it. So we're there to help them along, because they don't know what they need until they see it, and then when they see it, and if it's not what they need, then they know that wasn't the right thing. So we got to make sure they see it before they actually get it.
Yeah. So I think this is amazing. We're putting this in our catalog. And if you'd like to see one or know about it, please feel free to reach out to us, and we'll tell you more.
We'll probably include it in our next newsletter, like an electronic a PDF of it or something.
Yeah, if you didn't get our newsletter this time, we'll get you on the email list, and you want to be part of it, let us know. We talk about really a lot of helpful things, as well as Centini and kind of our business and everything.
Yeah, that last newsletter, it talked about, we had a little bit of it was National Centini Espresso Martini Day Sunday.
No, I was going to end on that.
So we had that, but we sent the newsletter out, which was a case study of what all that Right Hook did from concept to creation to execution, and
it was beautiful.
It was kind of cool to kind of see it all. But that's exactly, again, that's what we do.
Yeah.
We're not just order takers.
Yeah, I think what we do, like for the Centini, our next podcast, it'll be just on Centini, but talking about that. Why don't we kind of talk through how we were that brand? Because there's a lot of people out there, you're like wondering, how do I start a business? How does Cindy know how to do a business? She's been, a beverage business when she's been in supply chain, and she's a landscaper, master gardener, and now she's doing this. I know I'm crazy, but you guys know me. But I gotta just hustle and make things happen. So I'd love to talk about that more. But yes, it was National Espresso Martini Day when I started my business about a year ago, March 15th, as well as my mom and my brother's birthday. And so National Espresso Martini Day. We were giving out free samples too. So if you want to come into the office, we're there Mondays, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday from 10 to 5, or just reach out to me. Give me a call. You can stop by my house, whatever. I'd love to have happy hour with you. I was really pleased by a lot of feedback and marketing, and getting a lot of market data this week. And that's what I've been working on. So I know we need to wrap it up here because I'm getting hungry.
Yeah, what are we having for dinner?
where you're
know.
making pad thai.
Pad Thai.
You do this
No, I know.
really good. So
I know I am.
I just cooked
I
up
was
the
kinda feeding the
vegetables.
question.
Okay,
I'm
I
not-
know.
I know what. Yeah, but
Oh, I didn't know if you saw what
For
I was
the
doing
audience.
there. For the audience.
I saw it.
We
Yeah,
don't,
I like
yeah.
it. Yeah.
So I was making up the vegetables and things. I've been on a vegetable kick, but so yeah, we'll do that. But I love to kind of end it always on a positive note. Start it with positive and hopefully positive throughout the whole thing. But what's one, two positive, fun? Like what's alive in you today? What makes you happy?
Well, I don't know. I had a kind of a interesting day, but I turned it around. I think by one, I looked at my list. That's alive in me, and talking about Right Hook and talking about what we do
What we love.
gets me fired up. So it turns your mood around, my mood around. It's important that I really want to meet with more people. I mean, obviously that's how you build a business, but I don't know. I want to get out more, and
All right.
I got to
Come
get
on,
out
we're
from
doing
behind the
I know,
the
I know.
desk.
We do a lot of, there's a Leading Edge program through the chamber tomorrow, and then the 1 million cups and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
I think some of the positive stuff, I'm excited you're making dinner. Number two, I know you were like a little frustrated and stuff, but you totally turned everything around by mindset, mentor. And then, I woke up so happy this morning and drove all the way to Ferndale and met some new people, and a couple people really inspired me.
Awesome.
So you're right. I mean, it's so funny. You're saying kind of the same thing I did. A couple people inspired me, and we're networking and stuff. So anyways.
And you probably inspired a couple people. You may not even realize it.
I hope I did. And
probably did.
I
I'm
saw
sure you did.
the stone people get a little excited. Good idea. Da, da, da. So I don't know.
I'm dying to see what
I
it.
love making people
I'm
happy.
dying to see what it looks like.
I know.
Get it?
So yeah. All right. Well, I just want to say, what is today? March 18th.
March
So
18th.
It's almost spring, guys. It's right around the corner for those in Michigan. We're going to talk about some other fun things coming up in our lives. But we only got a half hour here. And
There's no rules.
I know.
We could
but
jibber jabber for as long as we want. I mean,
jibber jabber. Who says that? Grandpa
probably
somewhere.
My grandpa did. I'm
Oh,
sure
that's
he did.
cute. I
Or
love
my
that.
mom. Somebody said jibber jabber, and I picked up
I
on
don't
it.
know if I've ever heard that.
No,
So
I was just looking here. I have big news. I sold my motorcycle.
Dun,
I
dun,
just-
dun, dun.
So it's kind of a.
Did you tell Foz yet?
No, I haven't.
I know he's your partner.
I told him-
a few other folks, but I know it was bittersweet. Well, okay, so we talked about this in life, like different things, different people, different activities come in your life, and that's what we did. With Susan Fossey and some other folks around here, that we went around and we did that, and then we bought a house on the lake, and then we had a boat. So you're like, do we boat? Do we bike? Do we walk? Do we canoe? Do we ride a motorcycle?
Well, like I was saying, you find time in the day and in the week and
For
in
what you
whatever
want.
for the things that you want to do. And I didn't ride that motorcycle for the last 2 or 3 years all that much. But I figured, I've had a motorcycle since, just probably a couple years before I met you, right? Mm-hmm. And
But this time you had a beautiful yellow Harley. It was bad.
I figured I've probably rode about 40 to 50,000 miles on a motorcycle. And I kept the rubber on the road the entire time.
Phew.
So I don't know. I was texting my parents the other day because I told them I knew they'd be thrilled that I got rid of it. And I was like, you know what? I had so many awesome adventures. We had a few close calls, but I absolutely loved it. And I don't think I love it like I used to. And it was time. And the thing was just sitting in the garage. It's an expensive toy to just have sitting there, and
Right.
you might as well sell it while it still has value, and put that money to use elsewhere. And so it wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be. The guy, it was funny. The guy brought the trailer, And I backed it out of the garage, and he hands me the check, and he puts the trailer gate down, and he's like, "You want to pull it up in there?" I go, "No, it's yours now. I'm not giving you back this check." I could only imagine slipping on ice or something, pulling it up that ramp and
God.
just tipping it, dropping it. Nope, it's your bike now. You do it. So,
But you know what? There's always, and like, we got a bunch of friends in Florida, and if we eventually, move there, live there, you can always rent one. Or, I mean, right now we have our e-bikes.
it's not over.
I know, it's not over.
I think
So,
I'll ride a bike again. I
Yeah,
don't think
it's
the end.
fun with the whole group down there, and
Yeah, just
Paul Senior and all those folks
things
that we
change.
ride with.
Yeah.
So everything changes.
Everything
and,
changes, seasons and different things.
Yep.
But I kept my license plate,
and we made it out alive. We had a few close calls that kind of scared me.
Yeah,
but,
I think of that
we're gonna
stuff.
leave it on a note. I hugged Dave and I said, "I know this is probably a tough day for you, but you're like, nope, I'm okay with it."
You were very supportive in ways that I didn't even, we've talked about a lot of things recently about, different things, and you showed me something, and I kind of put it into, tried to reverse the roles a little bit, and I really appreciate. Yeah, all right. I tried to, but I really appreciate that. You knew it was, it could be a tough day, but it, at the end of the day, it wasn't. Maybe it was because you were supportive, but it was also, hey, it's time. So, yeah, I won't be on that anymore. And e-bikes.
I know.
Good
So
old
let's
e-bikes, which I
talk
love.
about talk
love.
about those next time.
Okay.
So
Cindy's getting hungry. She's giving me the universal. My stomach is growling motion. All right, pad thai. Here I come.
anyways, I know. All right, everyone. Well, have a great day. Spring's around the corner. We're going to talk about gardening by Cindy, how I can help you if you got questions or anything like that. Some landscaping ideas. You want to redo a garden or anything like that. We'll talk about that too in the next podcast. And make things beautiful with Gardening by Cindy, Right Hook, or drink Beautiful Things by Cintini.
Sounds good. We'll see you later.
All right, kicking it with the Clunkies. I'm Cindy.
I'm Dave.
We love you guys. Thank you for following us. Talk to you soon.
Cheers.
Cheers.